Good afternoon, I'm Garrett Simmons.
And I'm Greg Price.
Welcome to another edition of Sports from the Stool. As you can see, it's a hockey-themed edition of Sports from the Stool here. We have, we're going to be talking about the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins here, our two favorite teams, and just how they stack up for the stretch run here as the season is winding down. So I guess we'll start with Greg. Since the Penguins already had the Flyers in the standings by, I think, one or two points, what's your prognosis for the Penguins for the rest of the year, Greg?
Well, I just can't believe how well they're doing, considering I was doing a little bit of research, and with an article published in mid-February for the Globe and Mail, they were leading the league in games lost to injury, and they're going at the current pace they are. It's going to be about 400 man games lost to injury, and they're still in third place in the Eastern Conference.
And not only that, it's been Crosby, it's been Malkin, it's been Letang, it's been Stool. All the major players, not just some little, a fourth line forward or a sixth defenseman. So
and like I say,
pretty impressive.
A plus 36 goal differential. They have as many points in the standings as the defending Stanley Cup champions. I mean, give credit where credit's due. I mean, I think Dan Bilesma should be getting Coach of the Year again for how his team is playing. So. And
you've got Marc-Andre Fleury. That makes up for a lot of awards on the team too. So that's a big thing. But we can look at all of Greg's fancy numbers here all we want. He spent all day researching this on the internet, and I've done no research at all. For the simple fact of the matter, the Philadelphia Flyers are amongst the highest scoring team in the league, and they're almost the most penalized team in the league. They play a tough brand of hockey, a physical brand of hockey, and that's the style that's going to win the playoffs for them.
Well,
simple as that.
I don't know. Last time I checked, I think the Pittsburgh Penguins only scored one less goal than the Philadelphia Flyers, who have 4 lines compared to basically 2 lines of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's the style of play, though. The style of play. The Flyers' style of play. They put pressure on the opponents there. If you watch the Flyers play, the puck's in the opposing team's end for the majority of the game. Just the way they play. Their defensemen are hyper-aggressive. Their forwards are aggressive. They got bigger and faster in the off-season.
No, and
that's gonna win a lot of games.
And they still have the same problems as they had last season, and that's their goaltending.
Come on, Gallo has been great. He's been booed every game. He's been fantastic.
So now we have, what is it? I don't know what his salary is. $6 million.
It's a lot.
So now you've got a subpar goalie that's now counting $6 million towards the cap, and I'd take Marc-Andre Fleury over Gallo.
But we only signed him for 9 years or so. So I mean, we only saw that's no big deal. Sure, we can we can buy him out for a couple $100 million and we'll be set.
Well, I don't know. I just know I placed a little bit of money in Vegas on my Pittsburgh Penguins at I think it was 10-1 odds. Where
kids, we're not encouraging gambling.
No, we're not encouraging gambling. It's only a pastime that adults should enjoy. But I'm just saying I'll be a little bit richer in the pocketbook if Pittsburgh does win. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I was encouraged about their lack of activity at the trade deadline means to me that possibly Crosby's coming back, because if in the back of their mind he wasn't, I think they would have pulled the trigger on some sort of trade.
You have that, but then how long is Letang going to be out now with that concussion? So I guess you never know. And the Flyers have the same issues. I mean, Chris Pronger's out, their main defenseman. I think Van Riemsdyk, cracked a bone in his foot last night blocking a shot, so that's another guy they're going to have missing. And they've had injuries all year too. Giroux's been out. Schen's been out, Couture's been out. There's a lot of guys that have missed. I think they're what do you say? They were 6th or 7th in man games missed all year. So
well, I think it was 11th.
So they've been injured too. But the thing about the Flyers is they have 4 lines. I watched them play in Calgary on Saturday night, and they have Sean Couturier and Matt Reed, 2 Rookie of the Year candidates playing their 4th line. Briere's on the 4th line at some points. Incredible depth for a team to trade Mike Richards and Jeff Carter and still lead the league in scoring is it's incredible.
Well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree, and I still am going to make my prediction. My Pittsburgh Penguins going to win the Stanley Cup, and be the homer that I am.
And the way the stands are shaking out, it's quite possible we could have a first-round matchup, 4th, 5th matchup, because the Flyers and Penguins aren't going to catch the Rangers. So could be an interesting first round. So I guess, like Greg said, we'll agree to disagree and move on to a new topic next week, I guess. So for now, I'm Garrett Simmons.
I'm Greg Price.
See you next week.